Hello, my name is Mr. Ono. I'm a producer for R&D number 2. I've been with Capcom for quite a long time. Helped them with a lot of different fighting games, and actually I did the sound on one of the Onimusha games, and even helped with Devil May Cry number 1. So I've got a long history with Capcom.
The sinner shall be atoned.
What I wanted to do with Chaos Legion is make an original game where you had a team versus an entire army. There's been plenty of one-on-one fighting games, as you know. Capcom's brought out many of them. There's been one person versus several different enemies. A lot of those games are popular too, but what I wanted to do with Chaos Legion is make a real-time your team versus their army sort of battle fighting game. This is a game that's based around 4 main characters. You have the main hero of the game, Zig Warhide. You have his rival, Victor Delacroix. You have a female that they both know, who unfortunately dies, Celia. And then you have a female character that holds the key to the entire game, the key to unlocking the rest of the story. That is Arcia. And so, with the 2 different characters, you have the possessed Victor Delacroix with his ideals, and Zig, who wants to save him from the dark side, from this possession. Victor is possessed, but he thinks he is, in fact, going to make the world equal. And Zig sees his friend doing wrong, taking all these high-class, noble people and lowering them in a lot of different vicious ways. And he wants to save Victor from this evil spirit, and so they go back and forth, with Victor asserting his will, saying, what I'm doing is right, this is how the world should be, and Zig saying, no, that's not the case. You're being possessed, you're going overboard, you shouldn't be doing this. So that's how the game goes back and forth, until the very end where we find out what actually happens. Concerning how the story is actually connected with the gameplay, you've got the main character Zig, who calls upon these legions to help him fight against all of Victor Delacroix's minions, dark minions. And Victor Delacroix also has this ability to summon or to control all these dark evil spirits. So what you have is, you have the main character using the people that he has called and summoned into the world to fight for him, versus Victor Delacroix, all the different enemies and monsters that he is having join his ranks. One of the things that makes this very different from, like, let's say, Dynasty Warriors type of game is that I really wanted to put a lot of focus on the fact that it's a team versus an army. That it's not you fighting alone, that it's you relying on yourself, that you're all alone. It's, in fact, you and your group of soldiers, of friends, of children that you have raised, that you have grown, that you have made stronger through a lot of training and battles, etc. You're not alone. You have a team that is fighting against an army. I really want to put a lot of emphasis on that. That's what makes this game original. That's what makes this game unique. As I mentioned before, you are raising, you are growing, you are strengthening your army, you are strengthening your group, your friends. One of the things that really makes this game unique and cool is that in a lot of other games, you do have the ability to gain experience points and you will level up. But a lot of times, where you level up, the things you can do, what magics you learn, etc., those are fixed. At level 1, you learn Fire 1. At level 2, you learn Fire 2. At level 3, you learn Fire 3. In this game, what level you learn what at is determined by you. It's all free. It's all, nothing's fixed. If you want to go for the strongest magic, save up all your experience points and just bam, get it right away. Or you can buy all the little ones on the way up and then get it. There's a lot of freedom that you have with the game in how you totally choose to customize your own group. In addition to that, there's a lot of strategy in this game as well. And figuring out what pattern, what legion, and how to defeat each enemy is a big part of the game. It really adds, I think, a lot of complexity to this game. This game is very easy to pass off as just a hack and slash, when in fact it is a very, very deep game that has strategy and RPG aspects in it. There's aggressive mode, and then there is, I don't want to say defensive because that's not really what it is, formation mode, let's call it that. In the aggressive mode, your legions will go out and seek out the enemy and attack them and fight them, even if they're not close to you. In formation mode, they kind of stick to you around and kind of protect you. If any enemies come in, they'll fight back if the enemies get too close to you. Of course, if you just leave it on aggressive mode and fight throughout the game, your legions are attacking aggressively all the different enemies, and you can use your main character and fight with him too. So it's fun enough as that is. But I put the formation mode in the game so that for those players that really, really wanted to try and have a really good experience trying not to take any damage, you can go send out your enemy or send out your legions in aggressive mode to attack those enemies that maybe are shooting far away, and then anything that comes close as it gets near you, switch to formation mode, and they'll come back in and protect you really quickly. And so by switching back and forth like that throughout the game, you get a different kind of a feel of the game that you don't get if you just leave it on aggressive mode all the time. So being able to have that option of switching back and forth like that adds a new kind of rhythm to the game that makes it a lot more fun, I think.
The suspect managed to escape.
That's my personal stance on gaming in general, is that not that you should always go after the original thing, not that you just have to make something new because it's new, but I think the fun lies in challenging yourself to make something new and seeing how well you can actually realize it in a game. There's a lot of great ideas out there. There's a lot of great games out there. But just because you have a great idea doesn't mean you have a great game. I'm always trying to think of what new idea will make a great game. And in fact, I think with Chaos Legion, I was able to actually realize this new idea of team versus army and make it fun.